Hello and welcome back to Monarch Green. Today we have two very exciting new time and money saving tools to share with you. Now we can sum it up in 4 words. It's all about the water. Now water, of course, is very important to our very existence. On the other hand, to those of us in the fuel industry, water is a serious problem. Water corrodes, as we know, but it also carries leaked fuel into the environment, combines with ethanol to form phase separation, creates very corrosive acid that damages plumbing, piping and connections, under dispenser containers, spill buckets, sumps, and more. That's all extremely costly component damage. Now, in our companion mywaterhog.com video, we've shown you how Water Hog is a very easy, low-cost solution versus bulky socks, rags, and pumping. Forget bulky soaked socks and rags. It removes water in as little as 3 minutes for about the cost of a hamburger, instead of very expensive alternatives like pumper trucks, plus the islands that get blocked up and congested with vehicles and personnel walking around on site, the risk of injuries, and frustrated customers who drive off, which means lost revenue and loss of goodwill. Easy disposal. Forget over 8 pounds per gallon of water that has to be hauled and treated on your dime, and sharply reduces your high hazmat container service cost. So instead of all that nonsense with the socks and the pillows and the rags and the towels and all this other business that you have to coil up and stuff into the hazmat container or a bucket for disposal, all you have is a 2-ounce empty skin to put in your hazmat container, which means you can get scores of these in the hazmat bucket, no problem. The first of our 2 new tools I want to share with you is our Interstitial Sorbent device. Now we know that on the double-walled tanks we have a riser. It's 2 inches in diameter. This will fit right down inside there and it will go right down to the bottom. It will start picking up the water that's in the interstitial space. This will generally only take a few minutes, 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes. Then all you do, and I should show you, by the way, this is a refill. You can see how flat that is, how skinny that is, and it's absorbed the water. And then all you do is disconnect, like that, hook up another one, and you go right back down. Now in the past, I've really advised against putting anything down into a tank. We feel that anything you put down in that tank can get tangled up, mixed up with plumbing. But of course we know that that's really plagues the industry, where there's water down in the bottom of a tank. We get it. When you have a riser, a typical 4-inch riser like this guy right here, and of course what you've got is the berry starting up here, and then the top of the tank where my hand is. As you start to come up out of it, and I'm going to use a simulated one that's a little bit lighter weight to mess with. So here you have the same thing. As you come to bring it out, it's going to get hung up here, which is really bad because it may get stuck. It may have expanded larger than this opening, which is really bad news because you're not going to get it out of the tank until you drain the tank and send somebody in there. Or what's even worse, it may get there, snag, tear, its contents open up of whatever sorbent material you've used, and when that happens, now you contaminated up to 20,000 gallons of fuel. Also, the other issue of having to get in there and clean the tank. Very, very costly, very time-consuming, and it's not going to make the operator very happy with having that tank out of commission. We have the solution. We call it our tank dry tool. Now with a tank dry tool, what we've engineered is we take that same Water Hog. This normally would be 4 feet long. We've given you a prototype here so that we can get it into our tank. But it's that same Water Hog that we use, as you can see, and you can tell it's hooked up to a snap just like the one that we use for the interstitial device. And we bring that up into our 4-foot long tube that'll have a capacity of a little bit, right close to 2 gallons of water each. When we put this in water, and by the way, we use all chemically resistant to fuel materials so that they're not going to degrade over time. They're going to last you for a long, long time, and they're a very affordable tool to have as well. When you send this down into the tank, this device here, this nose cone, has another real big benefit, and that is that it's going to make this top heavy so that it's going to want to lay down in the tank. But you can see now it's going to be taking up the water that's at the bottom of the tank. But now that it's done its job, we're going to take our simulated riser here. The reason for the nose cone, along with having a weight that'll make it lay down in the tank, is as we start to pull it up, it will automatically self-center and just come right up, the riser, automatically by itself, and come right out of the tank, just like that. And then, again, we can remove the used Water Hog sock and just hook another one on and send it back down if you feel you have the need. It will not be this clear plastic, it'll be a very durable tube that houses and becomes the sleeve for the Water Hog. So these two tools are really valuable money and time-saving tools that I believe every operator can use. So whether you're an operator or a distributor or both, please give us a call. We'd be happy to hear from you.